Hello everybody, Alec here, and welcome to Metacomics. I know we haven't uploaded in quite a while, but I thought it'd be fun to bring back the channel with a sort of Halloween special. So without further ado, I introduce you all to a Metacomics original creepypasta based off the Endgame backup stories, The Joker's Origins. The Joker is one interesting individual. No one truly knows where he came from. Some say that he was just a comedian driven insane. Others say that he led a gang of individuals against Gotham. But there is one rumor going around that he is known simply as the Pale Man in many circles. That he is older than anything that stands today. Immortal, born out of the anarchy the world possesses. A few months ago, my place of work, Arkham Asylum, was crumbled. All of the inmates escaped. Now, most of them are back behind bars, but 5 are still at large. My name is Mayreen. I now work at Arkham Manor. I've been working non-stop for the past 49 hours, so when an orderly told me to clock out and go home, I jumped at the opportunity. But as I walked into my house, I was surprised to find that the electricity was out. I lit a nearby candle and found my way into my living room, where I was shocked to see that I was surrounded by the 5 missing patients sitting inside my room in a circle. The biggest of them, a hulk of a man named Archie, grabbed me from behind, covering my mouth. He said to me in a worried tone, No, don't scream. We just need to tell you stuff." The room erupts in yelling as the inmates yell gibberish at one another. Everything is happening so fast and I can't make it out. Lies? Horns? What are they saying? One of the inmates, a sickly old man, stands up and yells, "Quiet!" while everyone listens. "We were visited by the Joker. He told us all stories of who he is, of what he is. You'll listen to our stories, Doc." The man begins. 20 years ago, I came face to face with the devil. 20 years ago is when I met the Joker." "But that's not possible," I say. "The Joker's only been active for about 5 years. "That's what he wants you to think. But I know the truth now. 20 years ago, I saw him come out of the ground with that wicked grin on his face, and that laughter that puts fire into your every bone. He's the one that told me who the girls are, and he told me how to kill them. The other night, he came back. He rose in my room. He formed for fire and brimstone and asked me if I missed the laughter wrapping around my soul. He explained that he is everlasting and forever, and even though Batman thinks he beat him, he just needs to climb out of the brimstone back to his real home. He said that 5 stories of his origin would be told to you, Dr. May, and that you must pick the real one. That person will live, and the others will die. You need to pick one before he gets to his spot, otherwise we all die." I agree to go with them to his spot. There's no sense in resisting, they'll just kill me otherwise. As we make our way out to the city, I catch myself thinking about the Joker. I've only met him once, when I first started working at Arkham Asylum. He was locked behind bars, looking at the wall intently, muttering to himself, "Almost ready. Almost ready." Then he turned sharply and stared at me right in the eyes, never breaking his almost supernatural smile. He only ever said 3 words to me as he got up from his seat and walked over. "I like you." Those words still haunt me sometimes. He escaped Arkham that day. I thankfully haven't seen him since. Whenever we get into the city, we run into a nearby building and capture 2 armed guards. One of the inmates, an older woman named Deer, sees a tattoo on one of the guards' arms, some sort of designed tattoo chip, and she goes crazy, yelling, "The sign! The sign!" I know that it's her turn to tell her story about the Joker and what he is. She starts as we all sit down. "I used to be happy once upon a time. I had a husband and 2 children. We were all happy. But one day everything changed. My husband came back home from work, different. He was a robot. Every night he would offer to tuck the kids in bed. I snuck up on him and saw that every night he adds more and more robot parts to my children. I could see them on their smartphones and their tablets interfacing, becoming less human. So one night, I killed them all. I dug deeper and deeper into their brains until I found the chip that changed them. The doctor said that there was never a chip, but I knew the truth. He confirmed it. The Joker appeared to me one night and explained how he was the one who did it. He changed them. He's been doing it for years, sneaking into homes and changing everyone into robots to make them all like him. He can't die because he keeps on making new bodies. I can't take this any longer. I have a degree in criminal psychology. I know exactly what he's doing. I stand up and yell, "Can't you all see? He's playing into your fantasies. He's telling you what you want to hear." But they deny that, saying, "No, he's showing us the truth. He's showing us how it all really happened." Just then the security guards untie themselves and lunge at the inmates. They all get mixed up in a huge brawl, and I take this opportunity to run off into a room and grab a phone. I know exactly who to call. Eric Border, the orderly who sent me home. "Eric!" I yell into the phone. "Eric, I was captured by the inmates. Things are going insane." At first I was selfish. I wanted to know what they knew. They talked to the Joker, and I thought it would help my research, but these stories are just so insane, each one crazier than the last. "Why did you send me home, Eric? Why?" I'm crying as Archie comes crashing and grabs me. I'm crying as Archie comes in and grabs me again. "The tears on your face. That's my sign, Doctor. It's my time to tell a tale. Mama used to read me bedtime stories about an evil clown that used to go from factory to factory claiming to be able to make them laugh again. And once they laughed, they died. Soon the people trapped the clown in the factory and they put it on fire, but the clown just laughed and he juggled while he burnt to the ground, and he became nothing more than ashes. Mama scared me with the story, so I ran away and I didn't know what to do. I went into one of the comedy clubs and I heard people laughing. I was trying to save them. I tried to make them stop laughing by making them not breathe. If you laugh in Gotham, you die. A few days ago, the Joker came into my cell and he tried to make me stop laughing by making me stop breathing too. But I wasn't laughing. He said that not a lot of people knew the story about him, but Mama was one of them. Mama! He broke down into tears in front of me. I don't want anyone to die. But he said he'll make everyone laugh because his biggest joke is yet to come. "We have to go," yells the inmates as we jump into the sewers. We walk to a big door of graffiti in the shape of a heart. One of the inmates, Cassidy, says that it's his turn to tell his tale. He explains that he was in the army and involved in a special project. "I was brought there with tons of people from Gotham. One day, I found a batarang in one of the rocks. A batarang in the Middle East. I know, it sounds crazy. I snuck into the base to find out what was going on. They were trying to make us Batmen. After I found that out, they discharged me. After I got home, I found some things out. Batman? Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. They're all military. All are an army of Batmen. Over 100 easy. That night, I bought a Batman costume and decided to join them. It's what I was supposed to do. The first man I helped didn't even believe me, so I killed him. That's how I ended up in Arkham. A few nights ago, though, the Joker appeared to me. He said that he was the first of the Batman. He started the army. But the Batman army put something into the water to make the citizens less violent. He had to fight against them, to be something greater. He started a war against something scarier than Batman, as the Joker. No one believed it though, but he knew I would, because I found his original batarang. I have to stop this. That's not real. Why can't any of you see that he's just using you? There is no secret military base, and there's no conspiracy about an army of Batmen. There's no convincing them though. As we get back topside, we reach an elevator in front of us, where we all go up to a publishing house. When we reach inside, there's a book in the middle of the floor with a file. The Clown Prince by May Rain. I studied criminal psychology for years. I had many theories as to why an individual would go mad in the way the Joker had. I literally wrote the book on the Joker. That's how I know he's toying with these delicate minds. But my book hasn't even been published yet. It's supposed to be announced next week. I came to Gotham to learn about the Joker from my tell-all book, to explain how he's just a man that had one bad day. I uncover the Joker's true origins, I tell them. I open up the file and pull out the pictures. His name is William Bestell. He was 4 years old when his sister went missing. His parents were so frightened that they abandoned him. He grew up in 6 different foster homes and scared each and every one of them. He was also a really bad bully. He never made a friend, and he convinced other children to fight amongst themselves. When he was 16, he ran away from home, and until 5 years ago, he faked his death with the Red Hood gang. Cassidy begins to shake his head. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! This is all a test! He's trying to tempt us. He's tempting us to believe that it's not true. But I know the truth. I know my master! I yell, no! There's no helping them. As they chase me, I run into one of the back rooms and lock it. I try to call Eric Border again. Please, pick up, Eric, please! The phone rings. But then I hear something in the back of the room. It's a phone ringing. Eric Border is standing behind me. I got your message, May. You think I wouldn't help a friend in need? I am so relieved. I run over and hug him, so happy that he's here. Thank God, Eric. It's a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. It's the Joker. He found out about our project. We need to call the police. Then I hear the laugh, and my skin begins to crawl. I step back and I see that I'm holding the Joker. His face glistens in a grin as I walk away terrified and scream, "Oh, come now, Maureen. We've always been such nice pals. I remember how nice you were on the day that I met you. All the work that we did. It's a great story. Not as great as the one where I'm a secret robot. Beep, boop, pop." He moves closer. But still a good one nonetheless. I did my best to come up with the story that you needed. A few clues here and a few government documents there. I'm horrified. For the past 5 years, I've been trying to uncover his origins. I've been trying to get one step ahead of him. I had it. All the evidence that I needed to prove his real origin. He created it? This is all his plan? It made you so happy, didn't it? I always wanted to make you happy, Maureen. All I can muster is scared and defeated. Why? And he looks at me smiling and says, "Because I like you." But why them? Why the inmates? Because they wanted to know who I was. He hands me a gun with 5 bullets. Since we're pals, I'm giving you the gun and letting you decide which story is real. That's the only one that gets to live. Remember, I said that at the start. But none of them are real. Well, then, here's the 6th bullet just in case. And the Joker throws me an extra bullet. But then I ask, what if I shoot you and I raise the gun, only to find that he's gone? He's disappeared. Where'd you go? I yell at the emptiness of the dark room. Where I always go, says a disembodied voice. Back to the little corner in the back of your head, where all the bad things hide. That's where I'm really from. That's the truth to it. I look down at the gun and I realize the inmates are trying to get into the room. That's when I put the pieces together. Eric Border isn't real. It's the Joker. Eric? I whimper. Eric! I call out while the inmates proclaim that they're almost through. I look back at the gun in my hands, shaking. Oh God. Oh sweet God. I shot 5 shots as their bodies fall with a thud in the ground. 1 more bullet left. 1 more shot. I begin to hear a roaring in my room. It grows louder and louder until I realize it's not roaring. It's laughter. It's his laughter. And it's not coming from the room. It's coming from my head. I have to silence him. Once and for... Hello everybody, Alec here, and welcome to Metacomics. I know we haven't uploaded in quite